also visible for everyone. Visible, right?
Not now. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Thanks for the confirmation. So myself, Saravanan Srinivasan, I have 15 plus years of experience in performance testing and performance engineering, basically. So more into training, giving training for LoadRunner tool, Jmeter. Just a minute. Those who are not talking, please go on mute, guys. Sorry. Yeah. So predominantly, I take training for LoadRunner, Jmeter, Neoload, Performance Center, Gatling, and Dynatrace, AppDynamics, Neuralink, Datadog, Performance Engineering. Those topic I usually take training. So our current focus area is actually Dynatrace. So what we will do, we'll kind of introduce the audience basically, and then we'll go into the course content what we are going to cover as part of the learning. Okay, basically, you guys can simply drop a message like what activity that you are doing, be it like performance tester, performance engineer, manual tester, automation tester, or student, or non-technical professional, or whatever. Okay, so just a small message. You can put it in the group. Probably you can even put your year of experience also. Probably 4-year experience, 5-year experience, or whatever the experience also, so that we will get to know what audience basically we are having. Okay, so it's kind of just an introduction. Instead of specifically pointing each and everyone asking this question, you guys can simply drop a message in the chat, so that we will understand our proportion of people or proportion of learners in this current session. You can drop a message saying like performance engineer. Okay, very good. Manual tester with 3 years experience. Very, very good. Currently working on AppDynamics with 6 years experience. Okay. Okay. Good. Student. Yeah. That's also a good thing, because you are going to choose your career. So you wanted to learn certain tools. Yeah. Non-technical person. Okay. Very good. Okay. Probably let others can type your message. So why I ask this question is that, like, we should not have any wrong understanding or mind block saying like this is only for certain people, only specific group of people only should learn this tool. I don't know how to learn, or I don't know whether I have the skill set to understand it. That is the usual mindset of the people. So for everybody, I wanted to tell you one thing. There is no hard and thumb rule that a specific person only should learn this tool. A specific skill set is actually required. No, nothing like that. Anybody can learn it, provided what activity that you are doing is actually matter. Okay, so that is what we are going to learn in this entire course journey. Okay, so I told you I have experience in performance testing and performance engineering, like that, right? So, but I started my career like manual tester only. Okay, and then I got an opportunity to do a small automation activity using UFT. Okay, now it is actually UFT. Earlier it was QTP. Okay, and then next opportunity only I got this performance testing, and my entire career I started working on performance testing and performance engineering side. So why I'm saying this, because there is nothing like a particular skill set or particular group of people only can learn these things and all. No, not like that. And one more thing also I wanted to tell you. performance testers. Okay, performance testers in this forum, I don't know how many performance testers, but performance tester, those who are searching job in outside the market, definitely they'll expect one performance testing tool knowledge and one APM tool knowledge. For sure they'll expect one performance testing tool knowledge and one APM tool knowledge they'll expect. So that is the reason I'm saying it is good that you can learn the tool. That is one thing. And there is a dedicated job also available for Dynatrace. Dynatrace, there is a dedicated job role also available when you are learning the Dynatrace APM tool. Okay, so either you are going to leverage Dynatrace tool for certain other activity, or you yourself will work in the Dynatrace tool only to do your activity. So both the job avenues are actually there. Okay, there is nothing like whether what benefit that I'm going to get it if I'm learning Dynatrace. You will definitely get it, provided either you are going to merge it with performance testing activity, or you can independently work as a Dynatrace professional as well. Both the things you can do it. Okay. So with that understanding, and our course content is also designed in a way, we are going to start from the scratch. All foundation fundamental things only we are going to discuss, so that it is easy for you to learn, and there is no prerequisite or something that you are going to learn and then come here. No, probably over the journey you can expand your knowledge in other sides also, but we are going to start Dynatrace from the basic level only. Okay, from the basic level to advanced level we are going to discuss. Okay, so that you are going to practically learn this tool, and you are going to do some hands-on practice as well. Whatever we are discussing, you are going to do it. And in industry, what people are doing, sorry, what customer they are expecting. Okay, customer they are expecting, what are all the activities to perform, and certification preparation as well. Certification preparation. Okay, so I usually, whenever any topic that I'm taking, on the go I'll explain, like in this particular place there are certification questions they are asking, kind of. Okay, that kind of preparation also, and as usual interview questions. During interview, what are all the questions that they will specifically ask, what is your answer, like that we are going to discuss that part as well. Okay, so industry best practice, hands-on preparation, interview questions, certification questions, all those things we are going to cover. Okay, I'll take a pass here. Any question, guys? Till now, any question?
Sir, I'm Akshay Kumar, sir.
Yeah,
can I ask a question, sir?
Please.
Sir, yeah. Sir, actually, I'm working on one of the company in Mumbai. So I'm like handling that so many tools like AppDynamics, View Smart Dynatrace. So these are my L1 level. So I am monitoring the alerts only, not for any configuration, any other thing. So after that, studied that okay, this is the Dynatrace tool. After I know that okay, how to create a dashboard, how to deploy a one agent. So after that, which position I am eligible to apply for?
So you can the Dynatrace professional role you can apply for. Okay. So nowadays every organization they are deploying one person, or minimum one person. I'm saying one person to do this activity itself, because this problem notification, dashboard monitoring, or pure path analysis, or smartscape topology analysis, like that, whatever the customer is actually giving you a task, right, that you can perform, and they are also expecting you to do some integrations with other tools like PagerDuty, ServiceNow, Slack, Trello, Xmatters, like that. There are tool integration also customer they are expecting nowadays, because the trend is actually slowly moving towards something called observability, right? So that also you can expand your knowledge. So actively you can contribute both in monitoring side and also some process automation side as well, Akshay. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hi sir, Saravanan. Hi sir. So this is Shekhar. I'm working on AppDynamics currently with more than
Hmm.
6 years of experience on AppDynamics.
Hmm.
So I'm currently looking for the job opportunities on the Dynatrace. So I
Hmm.
have very basic knowledge, but not much. I don't have any hands-on experience on Dynatrace. So currently looking for job opportunities on the Dynatrace. So how difficult or how easy it is to change from AppDynamics to Dynatrace? I know this is both are same domain, but how this course will help me to get this.
Shekhar, actually, when compared to and this concept for sure,
Yeah.
because every APM tool is actually working in the fundamentally same concept. Okay, fundamentally in
Yeah.
the why I'm using the word fundamentally, because the basement is actually common for all the APM tool. If I tell to others like agent is actually monitoring like that, people maybe they'll take little time to understand it. But for you, it is little easy because already you are doing it. So in that case, it is easy for you to grab information quickly, and probably the technical terms alone will be little different. Okay, AppDynamics, I also take AppDynamics training. So AppDynamics, you are using something called application agent, machine agent, user experience agent, and database agent. Okay, but here everything is actually called as one agent. Okay, so that is a small difference you will observe. But other than that, the activities that you are doing, right, irrespective of any APM tool, the activity that you are doing, right, infrastructure monitoring, database monitoring, application monitoring, real user monitoring, synthetic monitoring, all those are actually same only. Okay, provided this tool is actually having their own naming standards and everything, and that tool is actually having their own strategies and naming standards. Other than that, it is easy for you to catch it and observe like this is what is actually happening. Fundamentally, I have to learn this concept so that I can do real user monitoring, synthetic monitoring, or whatever the monitoring that I wanted to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. Thank you
and
so
and
much.
one more thing I wanted to tell you, don't think like I'm kind of promoting Dynatrace, but in the recent times I observe AppDynamics lost their focus, or the people inquiring about AppDynamics is actually little reduced when compared to Dynatrace. Okay, uh, uh,
Yeah.
but Dynatrace is all the way is actually long years. Dynatrace is actually having that reputation, but earlier, AppDynamics used to give a tight competition to Dynatrace, irrespective of functionality, features, and everything implementing. But in the last 1 year or probably 6 months, I felt like AppDynamics is little diluted. I feel like they'll bounce back, but now the edge is actually with the Dynatrace, Shekhar. Okay.
Yes, Saran. So I observed. I same. I also observed same trend in the last. It's been more than 2 years. So
Hmm.
that's why I wanted to switch my career to Dynatrace and continue in the Dynatrace. So yeah.
Okay. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Thank
is
you.
what. Yeah.
Um, one quick question. Since you brought these terminologies, I'm asking, what is the difference between a real user monitoring and a synthetic monitoring? What you told?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, when I was telling also, I thought in my mind that whether I'm giving some information which is unknown to others. Thanks for bringing it. Actually, real user monitoring means as a end user, I am, or you, me, everyone, right? As a human, we are going to launch our application in the browser, and how the website or application is actually behaving or working in the browser, right? That is actually called as real user monitoring. When the real user is actually accessing the application in the browser, and that time AppDynamics or Dynatrace or any APM tool will monitor that browser activity, and it is going to say how the front end components that are working. Example, your JavaScript, PNG, JPEG, CSS, all these content and everything, how it is actually working in the front end, right? So that is actually called as real user monitoring. When the real user is actually doing that, that is real user monitoring. Synthetic monitoring, actually activity is same only, but we are creating something called synthetic job in APM tool. That synthetic job is nothing but, example, www.google.com. I wanted to validate, and I'm creating a synthetic job. What that synthetic job will do, example, I'm saying every 15 minutes once, I wanted to hit www.google.com from a machine which is AWS machine or Azure machine, which is there in London or which is there in Australia, like that. I can configure a job. Okay, that is a synthetic job. So what that synthetic job will do, it will trigger that traffic. Example, that www.google.com, that traffic from so and so location that we configured between so and so time period. Example, 15 minutes, 30 minutes time period, and the synthetic job will give you performance related metric and availability related metric. Availability is nothing but 100% available, some downtime. That is the availability related metric. So your synthetic job will give you performance related metric and availability related metric, but it is quite similar to your that performance metric is actually quite similar to your real user monitoring metric only, but we are not doing, the tool is actually doing, because we are creating a job in tool is actually simulating the traffic. That is actually synthetic monitoring. You are clear?
Yeah, yeah, got it. So for both the things, we need a separate agent in AppDynamics, but not in Dynatrace.
uh, Actually synthetic monitoring do not require agent. Okay, but you need that configurations to be done. Okay, uh,
What about the license?
that's what I'm coming to the next. The period in which you are hitting and the machine that you are selecting, right? There is a cost associated or license associated. They'll say you consumed so and so license because of example every 15 minutes I'm hitting, or every 30 minutes I'm hitting, or every 1 hour I'm hitting. So there is a
Okay.
different cost associated for synthetic trigger, right? So that amount of license we have to pay for it. That is there. Okay.
So it depends on the period and
Yeah, it is depends on the period and amount of hit that you are doing. I mean, hit in the sense
yeah.
like how many location or the machine that you are using, right? Associated to that. Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
my tongue is rolling like anything. Yeah, so it is associated to how many machine and then how much of a time period you are hitting that synthetic job. Yeah.
I have a follow-up question. When it comes to synthetic monitoring, synthetic monitoring is something like we can simulate that user activity or the particular section of functionality in a different geographical location and different flavor of browser or OS. It's something we have a variety of options for simulating that user behavior, right?
Yeah. I think you are mixing two tools also. AppDynamics also works in that way, and Dynatrace also works in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, so here, real user monitoring also like we are simulating like that, but the thing here is actually here we have that I mean schedule and other things, but what is the main difference between RAM and synthetic monitoring? Just
That's
wanted to
what.
understand.
Yeah, RUM is something you have to do it. You have to do it, and you have to use the browser. Through the browser traffic only, it will capture everything, which means that human is actually involved in that, right? But in the case of synthetic, it is a job. You only create it and you leave it. Tool will hit it, and if you go and open it, you can see the metric. That is a synthetic.
Okay.
That is like automatic job or robotical job. But when it comes
Hi.
to RUM, it is actually manual activity. You have to do it.
If I understand correctly, I mean, the agent will be injected in the browser, and whenever user try to access that particular website, all their activities can be tracked and monitored, and the performance metrics also can be measured from their activity. Is
That
it
is
correct?
one. That is one way. That is one way. Actually, whatever you mentioned is actually completely true with respect to AppDynamics. In AppDynamics, this is how it is working. Okay, but in Dynatrace, what they are doing, there are two ways they are doing. Okay, for the benefit of others also, anywhere you feel like we are talking something which is high level, please stop me and ask me. I'll explain with different example also. Okay, since because the question is related to that, I'm answering. But if you feel like something is actually you did not catch it, please stop me and ask me. Okay, so answer to your question, in Dynatrace there are two ways. One is agent based, Another one is agentless based. Guys, this entire discussion, whatever I'm doing, it is there in the course content. Don't worry. Everything we are going to discuss in a practical way also. Right now, I'm answering for the question. Okay. So there is two types. One is agent based and another one is agentless based. Agent based is nothing but we are going to install our one agent. Dynatrace is actually working using something called as one agent. That one agent software, we are going to install it in the machine where the static files are there. Example, your JavaScript, PNG, JPEG, all those files are there, right? There you are installing the one agent. That is a software. That one agent will do the monitoring. That is one way. The other way is you are going to instrument the one agent. What is this instrumentation? Is nothing but Dynatrace, they are giving something called as JavaScript. There some 3 to 4 line JavaScript Dynatrace is actually providing. That JavaScript you need to instrument in your HTML file, in your application UI development team, right? You have to share that. The UI development team will instrument that JavaScript in their HTML files, each of the HTML files. That JavaScript file will monitor. That is the second way. So either through the agent mode or through the agentless mode, you can do the real user monitoring in case of Dynatrace. Clear, Selvakumar?
Yeah.
Hi, sir. Hello. Hi.
Yeah, Magesh. Yeah, Magesh.
I have one doubt. Like, if you're doing it, if you're installing that agent on the server, and if there are multiple applications on that same server, suppose 5 applications are being hosted. So in that case, are we going to have different dashboards for each application, or how is that?
It's up to the customer. Okay, it's up to the customer. I saw in many organizations they are maintaining separate dashboard for separate activity. Even QA team, they are maintaining a separate dashboard. Infra team, they are maintaining a separate dashboard, like that and all. There are organizations they are doing. So, okay, it doesn't mean that you have to have a single dashboard. You can even have multiple dashboard. But the other side also I saw. All things has to be available in the same dashboard. I don't want to open multiple dashboard, or I don't want to navigate multiple screen. Instead, in the single page itself, I have to get all the information. That kind of a customer also there. So it's all case to case, customer to customer, Magesh. Okay.
Okay. And one more thing, like as you mentioned in synthetic monitoring, that there is some sort of traffic going to be simulated. So in that case, is it going to be one single user being simulated, or how is that?
Yeah, it is considered to be single user only, right? It's maybe it is not user, it is a kind of automated job, but for us, it's actually kind of one user only. We are going to do that.
Okay. And in case of RUM, like real user monitoring, also that is like, can you just I got just confused between this synthetic and real user monitoring. Can you please explain it once again, like in short? Okay.
Just a minute. So there is something called front-end monitoring in Dynatrace. Okay. So when you are doing any browser level activity, that will capture informations like your load time, what is your error, what is your AppDynamics rating, like that. It will collect certain metric. Okay, that is actually real user. When real users are sorry, some technical glitch happened. Hope my screen is visible still, right?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes.
Yeah. So the real user monitoring is nothing but when the end users, they are performing their activity, that will come here. Similarly, synthetic monitoring is nothing but you are creating jobs like this. You are creating jobs like this, and if you look into the jobs, you will be getting it like your availability and performance. Look at here. This is what I told you. Availability 50% only availability, 2 hours downtime. And performance related metric also. There are particular website, it will hit it, and you are going to hit and measure your client side measurements. So that is the difference between the real user monitoring and synthetic monitoring. Real user monitoring, as a real user, you have to access it, but synthetic monitoring is a job. You are creating a job, and the job will be there. The one that I mentioned right now, right? These are jobs. I'm checking. I'm creating each jobs. I'm saying every 10 minutes from two location. Every 10 minutes from two location. Every 1 minute from one location. Like that, I'm creating a synthetic job, and it will periodically validate each of the website whatever I configured, and it is going to give me a performance related metric and availability related metric. That is in the case of synthetic monitoring. In the front end monitoring, I am my end users has to use the browser and access my application. My application, either it is actually monitored through agent mode or agentless mode, and I'm going to get a lot of details. Yeah, a lot of details I'm going to get it. But that is something end user access the application, and that traffic only will come here. Clear?
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
I think long time we are waiting for one. Ashish, sorry, you can ask your questions, Ashish. You raised your hand, Ashish? Or I answered your question in one or the other way. Raj Thakur, you can ask your question.
Yes, sir. I have a one question. Like, for example, when we go for these all monitoring tools, right? That might be Dynatrace, Grafana, Elastic, any of these ones. So we do this monitoring, synthetic and RUM monitoring. But most of the organizations asking us to rather creating the manually dashboards or setting up the Dynatrace, automate this process. So are you gonna teach us monitoring as code, the high level of how to automate, how to script this one, sir?
See, there is no scripting as such. Okay, this tool is actually a user-friendly tool. Anybody can do it. The
Yeah,
automation, what we are talking about, the integration only.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
integration.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
in our thing, we are going to say like automated mail how to trigger, and how to trigger automated notification to Slack. Both the things we are discussing. In our course content, it is there. Okay, so where there is a problem, how the notification will go to Slack tool, and how you are going to get the email like that. So that is a way. Every integration is also like that. So that as a sample, we are going to do two things we are learning in our case. Okay.
Yeah, no, 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 the question is, like, for example, we have the multiple departments, right? For example, we have we bought the product Dynatrace.
Hmm.
Let's say we have the department A, department B, department C. They come and say that, okay, can you install this, promote this Dynatrace for this platform? So, and can you promote this platform with the basic dashboards and dashlets? Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So what they are asking, can you run for every department, we cannot manually go and integrate this Dynatrace and manually create the dashboards for them, right? No, what they are asking, you automate this process as monitoring as code, do some kind of POC, and whenever there's some of the platform onboarding for them, by default we need to give this dashboard product as well as the basic dashboards with all required dashlets, setups, alerts, just like kind of template we have to give it to them. So that process I am asking, how do we automate? Is that comes under this training, or how do I
No,
get that?
maybe this is something very specifically your customer is asking, and that is not going to happen within Dynatrace. Whatever you are talking is actually outside Dynatrace, and you have to use any automation activities. But only
Okay.
one portion, whatever you asked, right?
Yeah.
Dashboard, you wanted to move from one tool to another. There is something called export. There is something called export option in Dynatrace. Whatever the good, nice dashboard that you created, right? That dashboard you can export it. That will export it in a JSON format. That
Mm.
dashboard you can import it to another Dynatrace account, so you don't really require to create dashboard newly. The same template whatever is there in the existing thing, that can be exported, and that can be imported in another project, so that can be done. But other
Okay.
automation things and all, I don't know that in what way they are expecting. Probably if you have my number, which is there in the group also, okay, or
Can you
I'll
just
give my
give it to
number
me,
also.
sir?
Yeah, I'll give my number also. I'll put it in chat. Okay.
Yeah. And is this the weekend batch, sir? Weekday
Yeah,
batch?
this is
This one.
only, this is weekend batch only,
Okay.
specifically for
Total, how
weekend.
many duration might be? How many classes, sir? This one?
See, actually 15 plus hours only we are planning, and one and a half hours in Saturday, 1.5 hours Sunday. Okay, that is how we are planning for 5 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So is it same for weekdays batch also, or is it different for weekend batch?
Sorry. What is same? What is
Um,
different?
I mean to say the number of hours or the course content,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it
yeah.
same for both? Yeah.
Same. See, what happened? There are times we are getting a feedback from the learners that we are little busy with our office work during weekdays, but we wanted to still learn it. Our intention is there, but we are unable to manage within the weekday time. So that is the reason we thought of having a batch in the weekend time, and that too we cannot take whole lot of time and all, right? So that's the reason we are saying like 1.5 hours, which will be covered in 5 weeks of time. We can complete it.
Yeah, but what I'm feeling I have it, sir, compared to the weekday batches, the whatever the batches we are having on the weekend, the course is like shortened and
No, no,
shrinking to the
no.
so
I don't
that's
know
what I'm
which.
worried.
No, no, I don't know which one you are talking about. I take week weekday batch also, right? Right now, 9:30 to 10:30, there is a Dynatrace batch which is completing. Actually, day after tomorrow is the last day. There also the
Okay,
same course, same content, same hours. There is no
okay,
change with respect to weekday or weekend like that. It is same thing. That is the reason I'm saying 15 hours, right? So 3 hours, 5 weeks. So that's how we are planning. So there is no change in content or there is no change in the timing also. It is the same thing.
perfect. Okay, sir. Okay.
Uh, I think Selva Kumar also raised the hands. Did I answer your question, Selva Kumar? Or
Uh, no, I will ask my question, sir. So, as part of this training, which platform you are going to use? Dynatrace managed product or Dynatrace SaaS product?
SaaS,
And
SaaS,
SaaS
SaaS.
product.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
I'll tell you.
So,
I'll tell you why. Dynatrace, they stopped providing a managed license for everybody. Okay, managed license. They are not providing it to everybody, but very rare case you need to prove you are a potential customer in the future. Probably they'll give trial for managed, but predominantly they are giving free license for the SaaS only. Okay, SaaS license only they'll give. Managed license they stopped it. And with respect to the activities that you are doing, you are not going to see much difference. So it is going to be the same. So that is the reason we are using SaaS account itself. Okay.
I mean, we are using a Dynatrace managed only. Uh,
No, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, I
Only
understand.
the in
I
yeah, yeah.
understand your concern. Yeah. So my question is not related to the product type. Yeah, I just wanted to understand what level of I mean information you will share as part of this training, because of Dynatrace said like the one agent installation will auto detect all the metrics, and it will populate uh, in a dashboard or other way, right? So I just wanted to understand what are the course content, what are the course content you will cover, and how much depth you will cover, and uh, how we'll get the benefit from the overall class. Just wanted to understand that and that aspect. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what we have to see the course content, but we did not see that yet. We are still taking the question only. I'll show that, Selva Kumar. What content that we are going to cover. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know. This tool is working little weird today. I'm getting hands raised multiple places, but it is disappearing very quickly. Okay. I think we don't have any question. Any question?
Yeah, one quick question, sir. I mean, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
I
please.
mean, this course is designed for, Dynatrace admins, or it is helpful for performance
See,
testers and
both the
yeah.
person can leverage it. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, we are going to install the agent. We are doing the configurations and everything. We are going to do it. Professionals also can use it. Okay. It is not like individually we are going to have it. But more usually when I'm using the word admin, straight away Selva Kumar or others will ask a question, sir, manage this. I'm setting Dynatrace in my premises. I'm doing everything right. So that is a small portion will be missing if I'm using the word admin, because admin has to manage your infra as well, right? But here since because the managed version only will have that. SaaS based will have only one thing, which is actually one agent installation only. Okay, one agent installation configuration, yes, we are going to cover. But with respect to the cluster monitoring, cluster level setup and all will only available in the managed model. So predominantly, I would say it is actually a professional people can do it. But admin level, if you talk about, we are going to cover the installation of one agent configuration and how the data is actually coming, dashboard creation, all other things we are going to cover it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Ashish, you are still having a question, or I mean, I asked last time also.
So the timing for the weekend batches, sir, what will be the timing?
8:30 to 10. Right now we are having a time, right? 8:30 to 10
Yeah.
Saturday, 8:30 to 10 Sunday. That is the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there
So
any Mahesh here. Is there any weekday batch a day-to-day batch or you are just
it'll
taking a week?
it'll come. It'll come. But what happens, all our plans are actually aligned up already. I told you, right? Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, there is one batch is actually completing. That slot is straight away replaced by TrueCline protocol. There is a batch we are starting, TrueCline protocol. So probably after the TrueCline protocol, maybe the same slot will replace by Dynatrace. So which means in that case it will take another 3 weeks, right? So after the 3 week, Dynatrace will come back again. So that is how it is planned.
Okay. And in case of day-to-day class, how much is the duration of the course if it is on daily basis?
Sorry. Daily
Uh,
course means?
no, if it is if the class is being conducted daily 1 hour or so,
Hmm.
then in
15
that
hours
case,
only. 15 hours only. 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that is what I'm saying. There is no change if we are studying in weekend or something. It is the same thing. Only thing, we are providing the provision for other learners, those who are unable to learn during the weekday. That is a request we received. Multiple learners mentioned that. So that is the reason we thought, like, why don't we have a session during weekend to cover their interest also. Okay.
Okay. And the alerts, the dynamic alerts configuration and all, is that part of this?
Covered.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll maybe quickly cover the course content, because all our questions are little towards that also, right? So I'll quickly say what we are actually covering, and post which also we'll take our questions. So first of all, APM tools means what? Because I saw some students are also there in this group, right? So for benefit of everybody, we should start from APM tool means what? Because many, they do not have understanding about APM tool means what. So we'll start from the scratch. And many are having a wrong understanding also. This is a tool only designed for performance testers. Whenever I'm having a discussion with any developers or other stream of people, they are always telling that no, sir, this is a tool designed for performance testers, sir. No, that is a little wrong understanding. Anybody can use it, guys. Okay, anybody can use it, provided what activity that you are performing matters. I'll explain during our regular session, like who all can use this, and in what way they can use it, all those things. And straight away we'll go to the Dynatrace introduction part, and who are all the competitors basically, because uh, what happens, during interview you are going, and if somebody is asking, Dynatrace, everybody will say, yeah, I know Dynatrace, I know these, that, like that. Somebody is saying, other than Dynatrace, what tools are there in the market? They'll say, I don't know. So actually the intent of the interviewer is, at least you should know what are all the tools that are available in the market. I mean, you are not going to be super guru in all the tools, but at least you should know other tools in the market, right? So we'll discuss, like, what are all the other tools in the market. I mean, maybe in this group we are having a good knowledge to people. Already we started discussing about AppDynamics and all, but at least we'll discuss about the other APM tools are those who are giving tight competition to Dynatrace, right? So we'll discuss that. And as we discussed, someone I think Selokumar asked, right? So two deployment models are there: SaaS model and managed model. SaaS is nothing but software as a service model. Managed model is a on-premises model. So we'll discuss about both the model means what they are doing in both the model, what customer they are expecting, what are all the customer will prefer SaaS-based model or on-premises model, like that we'll discuss. And then straight away Dynatrace installation. Installation is nothing but we are going to install a piece of software called One Agent. The name of the agent is actually called as One Agent. That One Agent installation and deployment status we will validate it. And straight away we will go into a topic which is front-end monitoring. Probably we already discussed nicely in this demo section itself, but which is very important topic. Front-end monitoring. Front-end monitoring, why I am saying very important topic. Performance testing tool, those who are using. I don't know in this forum many performance testers are there. Any performance testers in this forum?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Murli, Magesh, yeah. So performance testers, when they are doing HTTP level performance testing, HTTP protocol, there is something called HTTP protocol performance testing. That time, performance testing tool is not providing end-to-end response time. Those who are doing testing using HTTP protocol, performance testing tool is not providing end-to-end response time. It is only providing HTTP level or server level response time only. So customers, they are expecting, I want end-to-end response time only. Why you are not giving end-to-end response time? That is a question raised by most of the customers in the recent times. Sorry. So which means this front-end monitoring is also very important. Front-end monitoring is very important. We have to provide a complete response time to the customer. So in that case, front-end monitoring is actually very important. Probably whatever I'm talking, those who did not understand it, for your benefit, I'll draw a picture so that you guys will understand it. Please, guys, I'll repeat it multiple times, same thing. Anytime you feel you did not understand anything, or the word that I'm using is technical jargon that I'm using, please stop me, ask your question, get the clarity, then move on. Because you should not assume anything, you have to understand everything. That is very important. Because one thing you assumed means all your further knowledge will be assumption. So don't do assumption, ask question, and then we'll move on. So why I'm telling this example right now? Because during interview, if somebody is asking question related to that, you should be in a position to explain them in a way that you are convincingly answer to that question. So that's the reason. So example, if this is browser, this is your server. Okay, this is browser. This is your server. Okay. So as a end user, if I'm hitting something in the browser, what I'll do? I'll say www.google.com. That request will go to the server. Okay, that request will go to the server, www.google.com. What server will do? Server will process the request and it will send back the response. Server will send back the response. So that will come to your browser and browser will display all those things. This is what we are doing it manually. When we are doing something manually, this is what we are doing. We are launching a browser, we are hitting something, server is responding something, and we are displaying that in the browser. Same thing only during performance testing, what people are doing, they are using something called as tool, right? So I told you a tool name called Jmeter. Example, okay, example Jmeter I'm using. Jmeter tool, I'm keeping it in the middle. This Jmeter tool is actually a man in the middle. Man in the middle means what? Proxy server. Okay, it acts like a proxy server. Okay, how this tool is working, you know, when you are hitting something from the browser, a request is actually triggered. What this tool will do, you know, the tool will capture the copy of the request. It will record. It will record the copy of the request. Okay. And then the same request is actually going to the server. The same request is actually going to the server, and server is actually responding something back. That time what this tool will again do, it will take the copy of the response. Copy of the response. The tool will take the copy of the response. And then the response is actually going to the browser. This is how Jmeter performance testing tool is working during the recording. You are recording the traffic. What this tool is actually doing, this tool is actually capturing the traffic. This tool is actually capturing the traffic. This is actually called as recording. We are recording the traffic. Okay, I did the recording. Then what will I do? I'll do something called as replay, because I wanted to replay and validate whatever I recorded is actually working fine or what. Whatever I recorded is actually working fine or what. So for that, what will I do? I'll do a replay. I told you I'll do a replay. That time what will happen? The replay, the tool is actually going to trigger from here to the request will go. It is not using the browser at all. The tool is not using the browser at all. The copy that is already captured in the tool is actually going like a request. And then your server is actually giving something called as what? Again, that is called as response, but this is actually called as what? Replay response. Tool is also having one response. So the tool will validate whatever is there in the recorded time, whatever is actually coming in the replay time. Based on that, your tool will say the request, the response is actually passed or failed. The response is actually passed or failed. Why I am explaining this picture? Because in this explanation, if you look at it, Jmeter is not at all using something called as what? Browser. Jmeter is not at all using something called as browser. Jmeter is actually triggering the traffic. So in that case only I'm saying we are not measuring the complete response time, the page painting, page rendering, all these things. Jmeter is not doing it. Jmeter is only hitting the traffic. Jmeter is only hitting the traffic. In that case, what we are missing? We are not measuring the page painting, page rendering and all. So that is the reason I'm saying Dynatrace is actually providing that number. Dynatrace is actually providing end-to-end response time, right? Because we are measuring through the front-end monitoring. So that is the reason customers nowadays they are showing more interest towards this front-end monitoring and all, because you are lagging something in performance testing too. I'll take a pause here, guys. Any question? I'll expect some question at this point. We'll see whether someone is actually exactly asking that question.
Exactly explained, nicely explained, sir. This is very nicely explained, but this will be the same case with the LoadRunner, right? Even though we mimic the traffic from the LoadRunner, that's not actually doing the browser emulation. It's just sending the traffic. But we also add some test cases in the LoadRunner and the Jmeter, right? Using the front end, like kind of LoadRunner true client, which actually mimic the web browser. So even in that,
yeah, please complete
so
your question.
even in even we do kind of like some kind of browser related end-to-end test cases, LoadRunner true client or the Selenium. So even in that case, the Dynatrace not gonna catch up the front end monitoring.
Exactly what I expected. That question you asked. First of all, very good. Exactly that is what I told you. Whatever I explained, straight away next question will come in that only. True client protocol or Selenium WebDriver is the next solution people are bringing it. Okay, Jmeter is also, LoadRunner is also bringing that. But in my personal experience, I feel that protocol is also not completely fulfilling the expectation of the customer. With respect to the data that is actually received. Why? Because true client protocol also will give you end-to-end response time only. I mean, round trip time only it will give you. It is not going to give you the time that you spent in browser, time spent in server, like that. It will not give you. Correct.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
So that is also, yes, it is an option, but option is not completely fulfilling our expectation. That is something it is giving, but it is not completely giving. That way only I understand it. Okay, true client protocol is actually, yes, it is giving the front end related things also, but customer expectation is little higher when compared to the true client protocol expectation. And true client protocol also, those who are doing, okay, you are doing, I am doing, those who are doing, the way they are injecting the start transaction and end transaction plays a major role in the time measurement. Hope you understand. If you are wrongly inserting your end transaction, you are wrongly calculating the end-to-end response time. Clear?
Yeah. Yep.
So in that case also, that is challenge. Okay, I'm not blaming, or I'm not find fault on any tool. I'm just telling in reality what is actually happening. In reality, that is a challenge. In reality
Hello.
also, yeah, Magesh.
No. I just wanted to ask, like in Dynatrace, it is just a monitoring tool, right? And the purpose of True Client is something wherein we are simulating traffic of how much
In
users we want.
true client also, you cannot purchase multiple licenses. License cost is heavy.
Very
Okay,
heavy.
yeah, very heavy. Probably people are purchasing 5 or max of 10. That is how people will go for it. And I'm not giving any negative recognition for TrueClaim protocol, Magesh. Still, it is actually a good option only. But customer is expecting little granular level data. Even if you are saying like LoadRunner is giving end-to-end response time, they'll say, no, I wanted to see client side what is actually happening, specifically client related data. I wanted to have it. In that case, you cannot justify or you cannot satisfy customer, right? So that is where I'm saying, yeah, these tools are a little more friendly and it is giving little more granular information. Yes, TrueClaim protocol still many people are using it, but the expectation you wanted to satisfy, Dynatrace is actually little useful or helpful. That is what I'm trying to say.
No.
But
I mean,
I
yeah, go.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so even for the true client, it's just to push the load, right? We don't get the exact metrics from the true client. True client only meant for pushing the load from the front end viewpoint, not to just send the services to the backend, just to
Yeah.
mimic as the real user browser. That is the requirement of the project, but it won't actually give you the metrics. We definitely has to go with the third party metrics, the third party tools such as Dynatrace. And another requirement I happen to ask, right, when we do the front end push, the client is like actual vendor is more key to look into the web vitals, right?
Correct.
Maybe
Correct.
some of you have heard about the web vitals. When I heard that one is something new to me, then I started doing, means what is the how much page load is taking, what is the cumulative layout, when we do the refresh of the page, how long that page is going to take the refresh. So these kind of very granular metrics they happen to start asking. Only the way I am getting that metrics is from the Dynatrace.
Yeah, correct. That is what I'm trying to say. Yes, load testing tool is also growing. They are trying to justify for whatever the license that you are purchasing, but I feel still customer expectation is little higher than what is available. That I'm not degrading, or I'm not giving less recognition for that, but expectation is high. That is what I'm trying to say. And one more thing also, with respect to, I expected one more question also. Thank you. Raj brought that one question, but the other question also people will ask usually, that I will explain. So, example, people will say, sir, in my, sorry.
No. I had a slightly contrast opinion on this. See,
Yeah.
maybe it's not a decision, what you call it as confirmation kind of thing, but what was my thought process is, before and all, right, any maybe a Dynatrace or AppDynamics, we generally take the response time specifically on these APM tool metrics, specifically on the server side, in the sense, like when you take a response time from Jmeter or a LoadRunner, and when you take a response time from an APM tool, people tell better to take APM tool response time, because that is a exact server side metrics rather than LoadRunner, because LoadRunner is um, AppDynamics response time plus X, something like that. So now these tools have given a separate feasibility of doing that through the client user a response time or a client side response time or a end user response time, what I can call it as. So that has been a extra thing. But before and all, we were like always the response time
Yeah,
concept.
yeah.
We generally take it from the
Server side.
these APM tools because they are the more precise response time rather than taking a load runner response time.
Agreed,
Yeah,
agreed.
yeah.
Totally
See,
agree.
that is what when the years are actually passing, people are changing things. Okay, as you mentioned, that was the case long time. But now people are giving tight competition. Every tool they are trying to prove that we are good in the market, right? So all the way, everybody is bringing that. Okay, so coming to that explanation, so people will say, sir, in my script actually, you told right, JavaScript, CSS, PNG, all those. All those requests are there, sir. Okay, all those requests are there, sir. Why you are saying your HTTP protocol is not covering your client side details, sir? In my script, it is there, sir. So that kind of a question also people will ask. So this is Isha website. In that left hand side, there is the image is there. Right click, copy image address. Okay, image address. I'm copying it. I'm opening a dedicated browser. If you paste it, look at here. This is actually a PNG URL. Okay, this is how in load testing tool also it will capture. In load testing tool also it will capture individual URLs only. Okay, if I simply click enter, what is happening, guys? Anybody can observe and then comment on this. What is happening?
It is browser is rendering that image.
Okay, very good. What thing that actually happened from previous case to current case? What happened?
Position change.
Sorry.
It's come in the bottom.
Very good. So that is the case. So if you look at it, I copied from the left corner, but I enter it, it is actually pasted in the center. So tool, performance testing tool, I'm saying, performance testing tool will have only brilliance to hit the URL. It will not decide whether that image is actually coming in the top, right, bottom, left. No, that brilliance is not there. That's what I'm trying to say. Tool is not having the page painting, page rendering brilliance and all. So that metric is actually completely missing, right? That is what I'm trying to say. Tool is trying to give certain metric, but that is not a granular level information. It is a holistic information. If you are saying holistically also, customer's next question will be, say you are saying 6 seconds. Which team I have to talk? I have to talk to the UI team, I have to talk to the service team, or I have to talk to the database team, because your number is very, very high level number. Performance testing tool number when you are giving, that is a question usually customer will ask, right? They'll ask like, you are saying 6 seconds, to whom I have to talk? But Dynatrace tool and all, Dynatrace, AppDynamics tool and all, you are going to get additional informations also, so that you are going to categorize it is a service level response time, or it is a front end level response time, or it is database query level response time. So that kind of a clarity also you will get it. Don't worry. Probably if I'm using any high level terms also, when we are doing it practically, we will understand those things, guys. Okay. Yeah. So that is what about my throat is having bad throat today. So yeah, where we are, front end monitoring we are going to learn, and session segmentation. I mean individual user session, and then metrics means what? Actually now I told you, right? Industry is moving towards something called observability. Don't worry, I'll explain in tomorrow session what is this observability and all. But observability, what they are saying, there are three pillars. Earlier they used to call that as three pillars: metrics, logs, trace. Okay, in order to do observability implementation, you need to have metrics, logs, trace. But now they changed to melt, MELT, metrics, events, logs, trace. Okay, so observability you wanted to implement, it means you need to have metrics, events, logs, trace. So Dynatrace, what they are saying, we are having the capability to implement observability platform. Dynatrace is actually claiming. Okay, so in order to prove that they are having that capability, Dynatrace added something called metrics. So we will discuss what is metrics means, and then SLO. I don't know, in your organization there is a role called SRE, Site Reliability Engineer. SRE will do this SLO definition and all. So we'll discuss that what is SLO. And then dashboard related topic, problem analysis. This is where I told you problem anomaly detection means what, even root cause analysis we are going to do, and then two major problem we are going to practically learn, and then we are going to say like where there is a problem, how to integrate so that I will get a email and I will get a Slack notification. And then there are additional topic also I'm covering, which is heap dump analysis means what, process crashes means what, CPU profiling means what, like that. And then I'm covering something like synthetic monitoring. Just now we discussed, right? Synthetic monitoring we are going to cover. And then management zone, that is additional topic. I wanted to granularize, or I wanted to define a separate zone means what I can do. And then process monitoring, service monitoring, and then database monitoring, host monitoring, network monitoring, and then different technologies monitored by one agent, and observability basics. This is also we are covering. I told you observability is a latest trend in the market. I don't know how many of you heard about observability before, but next 5 years or next 10 years, you will hear a lot of words about observability. Many organization they already started the implementation. Many organization they are started doing the feasibility study and all. But next 5 to 10 years, it is going to lead the market observability concept. So that is also something that we are going to discuss. Okay. And then tool level integration, because many customers they started asking like, I wanted to integrate LoadRunner with the Dynatrace, Jmeter with the Dynatrace. So that is also tips and tricks, real world examples. So all these things we are going to cover as part of our course journey, guys. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce your name. You can ask your question. Manje, right? Manje. You can ask your question, please. Okay. So for the learners who joined today for evaluating us, this is Kumar
Sorry,
sir number.
sorry, my bad. I was talking in the mute.
Oh, okay.
I had two questions. The first one was maybe I know that you will take that in the next few sessions, but still, what is a single line or two line if you want to tell difference between the observability and the monitoring?
Actually, uh, technology is
can I
actually
explain, sir?
technology is like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
you can talk.
I'm from the same role. I recently switched my role to the SRE, so
Mm-hmm.
SRE observability consultant. So
Mm-hmm.
the exactly, Manje, if I am not wrong, monitoring means like kind of very support work. They don't care about the installation and upgrading the platforms. They don't care. So monitoring comes under the production support analyst. Just you prepare the dashboards and give it to them, hand over to them. And if in the real time user, whatever happening in the production likely environment, they monitor, they raise the flags. But coming to the observability means you are the kind of developer. It comes under the DevOps SRE role. Every organization having their own structure of defining these roles. In the SRE, system reliability engineering, another, there are several of the several levels of the roles. This observability guy, what he do, he set up the environment for all the platforms across the organization. Means Dynatrace not just meant, or the Grafana not meant for the one department. Everybody using in that organization, right? Lower environments, higher environments, pre-prod and the production. This observability SRE guy come up with the template, and he define all the templates and he promote those integration to the different environments. He come up with the basic dashboards, what has to go into the production, what has to be monitored. So that all the, not only that just the dashboards, even for the logs, how means how do I, what I need to use, either do I need to use the data views or do I need to use the bits. This SRE guy, observability guy, define all that one, and he set up the environment for all the departments. That is the role of observability. He have the different responsibilities to take over, not only just see the logs, traces, if anything happen in the production, how best we are providing, how granular level of the trace we are giving, depends on the requirement, and events, how heavy events we are generating. even not generating the events, how fast we are processing that events, fetching the events. So these kind of granular level of responsibilities comes under the observability, whereas under the monitoring, if you give this task to someone ABC and the production support analysis, they don't care about this. They just need the dashboards. Okay, how the product looks like, how the pre-prod looks like. That's what they needed. So that, by best of my knowledge, that is the difference between observability and monitoring.
Yeah, nicely summarized, Raj.
Thanks, Raj.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I would say monitoring is actually subset of your observability.
Yes.
Okay, because anyways you are going to do that, and observability is not only going to say only monitoring. Observability has to say how to quickly recover out of it. Okay, that is where this process automation or something can be automated. All these things are actually comes into picture. That is the observability side, Manje. Okay.
Um,
Thanks.
I
Yeah.
can
And
give
my
some
second
input here.
question was, uh,
Sorry.
sorry, I'll just try to close this out. My second question is, you told the integration of LoadRunner or Jmeter to Dynatrace, right? Is it like just mapping the transactions by putting into the LR start and end what we were doing in maybe 5 to 8 years back, or is it something which you are telling on the configuration side?
Yeah, actually saying uh, that is actually called as request attributes. Okay. So whatever you are saying 7 years before, same thing only, but they are doing it in a little different way now, so injecting the header. Okay. Why I cover this? Because when I'm not covering it, people are asking like, sir, can you tell me like how to do the integration? So that is the reason we are having this topic. You
Fair
are
enough.
what?
Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a very important topic. But my only question is there anything has been changed? Because
No, no, no. No, earlier it was little more easy. When you upload your script in Dynatrace, you can add the header. It will automatically add the header
correct,
when we are
correct.
using the managed version of older Dynatrace and all. But now we are doing it manually, kind of. I'll explain. During our session. You'll understand it. Okay.
Thanks.
So, guys, those who joined for evaluating us, I copy pasted Kumar sir number in the chat, 9701571581. That is his number. I'll also copy paste this course content in the chat. You guys can take it. This is what we are going to cover it. As I told you, 8:30 to 10, 8:30 to 10, Saturday, Sunday, 3 hours per week, 15 hours we are going to cover the learning. And every session is actually recorded. All the sessions are actually recorded. We will share this video in YouTube playlist URL, and these videos you are going to have it for lifetime access. Any number of times you can watch it, you can come back and then you can ask your question. Any unavoidable situation you are unable to attend the session, also not a problem, because these videos are there. You can watch it, you can bring back and then you can ask your question. And it is not that during the session only you have to ask the question. In our WhatsApp group you can ask it, or post completion of the session, any days after the session also, we are always there to guide you and support you to do your activity. Okay, so that is how we are doing. And industry best practices we are going to discuss, interview question we are going to discuss, certification questions also we are going to cover as part of our learning, guys. Okay, did I miss anything? Timing also I mentioned, right? 8:30 to 10. Yeah. This is a weekend session, guys. Weekday holiday. Weekend we are going to have our session. Yeah. Yeah, I
Sir,
think I got two questions, right? Shekhar, you can go first, and then Silva, you can go next.
yeah, sir. Sorry for nitpicking this. I just checked that URL which you just sent. I think it's a class schedule. Schedule was. It seems there was a mistake in that. I think it should be
What
10
happened?
days, right? Yeah, so it should be 10 days, right? So 1.5 hours per session. So it should be 10 sessions, right? So there will be only 6 sessions mentioned there. Yeah,
Okay. Maybe I'll ask the team to correct it because they
yeah,
do
thanks.
multiple version of it, right? Maybe they missed it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll inform them.
thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
In this section,
Silva,
we are
you can.
gonna one last thing. In this section, we're gonna discuss all the how to create the dashboards, dashlets, right,
Yeah,
sir?
that is there. That is there, Raj. It is. I mentioned, right? Like dashboard
Maybe I
topic is
missed.
there.
My bad.
Yeah, it is there.
So will you
And one more thing.
will you covering
Silva,
AWS with
I
Yeah.
Dynatrace?
expect. I expect Silva to ask a question. Sorry, a long time wait. Silva, you can ask your question, Silva.
Yes, you mentioned that the pillar of observability is melt, right? I mean, metrics, event, log, tracer. So, what is the difference between the event and log? From my understanding, like log is something we used to call event, but I just want to
No, no.
understand the difference between event and log.
See, everything people are using different name. Events is nothing but I restarted the server. I migrated server. Some activity that is happening in the daily thing, right? Deployment happen, new code change happen. Those are events. Okay.
Uh,
Logs is nothing but your error log, debug log, info log. That is actually log. That is the difference.
um, okay, but that kind of definition I never seen anywhere else. Yeah, but yeah.
No, that's what. Even earlier it was not there, Selva. See, people wanted to show that we are doing superlative work. That may be the
Okay.
reason they added events. Other than that, what you mentioned is right. Metric logs trace is actually going to give you a lot of information. That events will help you to understand. Example, there is a outage. That time you are going and checking the event. There is a restart happened in the server, which is a event. So you are saying I wrongly understand it is a outage, but looks like there is a restart only happened. This is a fake alert. You're able to understand.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, what you're referring, but yeah, I haven't seen this kind of info in
Okay, okay,
any.
okay,
And
okay.
follow-up question. Yeah, I have one more question. So if you take the Dynatrace tool, we have a different model. Right? I think you already covered it. The infrastructure monitoring, APM, real user monitoring, and synthetic monitoring. I just want to understand like the course, whatever you shown to us, right? So will it cover all the items, or covering only few items? I just wanted to understand in the specific terminology point of view.
No. Almost whatever we discuss, it is there in the content itself, Silva.
Okay. So
Yeah,
in the
I
example,
I quickly share my screen once. So this is the event section. Okay, hope my screen is visible. Okay, this
yes,
is the
yes.
event section, and there are two process related events that are showing. Okay, what
Hmm.
happened to that process they are showing, and adjacently if you look at it, there is a log also they are provided. Events are also there, logs are also there. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
In simple terms, Selva, events are nothing but metadata about the logs. You
Yeah,
can say that. Okay.
you read and
Events,
understand.
yeah, just read what happened for printing. Some error happened, right? For any error you are printing, that is the log. But behind of that log printing, what story happened, what was caused to print that log, that kind of granular level information stored in the event. In simple one sentence of layman, we say that events are holding the metadata of the logs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks, Raj. I
Yeah,
understand. Yeah, thank you.
yeah. Thank you, Selva. Yeah. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir. I expect uh, tomorrow is a day one session, so don't miss
So we will be
any of.
covering AWS with Dynatrace.
We are in actually what happened. I'll tell you. I mean, agent installation in AWS we are covering. Okay, and how to bring the data we are covering. And we covered
Right.
one another topic called how to integrate AWS into Dynatrace. Also we covered. Looks like something happened in our AWS account which gave a very huge billing for us. I don't know how it happened and all. So that is the reason now we took the topic out. But if you really want the topic, I'll show you that also. Not a problem for me. But right now we remove the topic because of that reason. Okay.
Okay. But okay.
I'll cover that. I'll cover that. Not a problem. But right now, since because that incident happened, we removed that topic alone. I'll show you how to integrate your AWS with the Dynatrace and how your AWS data is actually coming to Dynatrace through CloudWatch. That I'll show you. Okay.
Okay. And Azure also or no?
No. So if you are going like that, it will become very bigger explanation. We'll cover it in AWS probably.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
There is a term called crail, right? So will you touch
See,
upon that?
that is in the early adapter stage only. Okay, whatever that is there in the early adapter stage of the Dynatrace, we have to say it is not completely available. Okay, probably if you wish, I'll explain that also. Not a problem. Okay, that is like log related things only again. Okay, so I'll explain that. Okay. It is like
Hi,
a
sir.
storage. It is like a storage information. We'll discuss that. Yeah.
I just want to ask, like, if we go, if I complete this course, will I be like, is that sufficient to cover up Dynatrace associate certification?
Yeah. Very well. Very well. You can. But I request one more thing also. Uh, there is a practice exam is there in Dynatrace website, right? That exam you can do it 2 to 3 times at least. Okay, because that is like a practice that you will get it. Because why I'll tell you why I'm saying this. I'll tell you. Uh, those who are attending exam, they will fail because of only reason they are not reading the question properly. Okay, because Dynatrace question is designed in a way that will confuse you. That is how the question is there. Okay, I'm not saying all question. You actually, when you are trying to write the exam, you will probably fail by 4 question or 5 question means that is only because of the way you read the question. So to avoid that problem, you do the practice exam 2 to 3 times so that you will have the questions that are thoroughly you read it and then you can write the exam. That's the reason. But other than that, you can go for it. Okay. Yeah. So we'll start our day one topic tomorrow. Okay. Today is the demo session. So day one topic tomorrow will continue, guys. Okay. Thanks for
Sir,
the.
one more question from
One,
this.
one, one, one last question from
Yeah.
me.
Please, please.
Yeah, by any chance, these sessions will cover any performance bottlenecks identification by using this Dynatrace tools?
No, that is what it is there in the course content. No, we are saying CPU saturation, long garbage collection. We are covering that.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, from my side, like the license part. So when it comes to license, so what are the parameters I will consider for license estimations, and how I mean, what are the consideration we need to follow to optimize our license? So do you cover that
We'll
part as
discuss. We'll discuss that. Maybe in the course content it is not there. Since because you are asking, we'll have one discussion on that. I'll
because we
explain
need
that.
to know that option, right? Like otherwise, yeah.
Yes, sir,
Yeah, sure,
correct.
Selva.
And then
Sure, Selva.
also, sir, the how much infra we is required if you're managing it like ourselves. So what is the infra size we require for installing Dynatrace? So that also, if it is discussed, then it will be helpful.
Not much of infra that is actually required, but not a problem. Well, like, I'm explaining, right? We will go through that as well.
So the demo application is something like you will share with us, or I mean
Three apps we will discuss. Okay, 3 apps I'll explain. In that any app you can use it, but I'll use one app only. Okay, but I'll explain 3 apps that are available in the market. You can use that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So with this, we will complete our session for today. Thanks for joining. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. We will continue the same in all the sessions, like with question and answers and everything. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
दी आप 2 मिनट बैठो, मैं आपके लिए कुछ खाने के लिए लेके आती हूँ।
ठीक है दीदी।
ये लो दीदी, खाना खा लो।
काल रात्रि है कल्याणी, तेरा जोड़ धरा पर कोई नहीं, मेरी माँ के बराबर कोई नहीं।
यही तो खाने में आई हूँ, मुझे ही देखती रहेगी या खिलाएगी भी?
चीजें खिलाती
से जो गहरा हो ऐसा तो सागर कोई नहीं, मेरी माँ के बराबर कोई नहीं।
दी आप 2 मिनट बैठो, मैं आपके लिए कुछ खाने के लिए लेके आती हूँ।
ठीक है दीदी।
गोपिका, तुम्हारे चेहरे पर ये मुस्कुराहट कितनी अच्छी लग रही है।